Only 5 to 10% of all breast cancer patients have an inherited gene mutation, such as BRCA or CHEK2, which means that the vast majority of cancer is actually coming from our daily diet and lifestyle choices. And what the
Wow.
science clearly shows is that there are four major heavyweights pushing us either toward cancer or away. And those are diet, specifically, do you eat a whole food plant-based diet or not? Do you exercise regularly, maintain ideal body weight, and minimize alcohol? That is the heart and soul of the Let's Beat Breastcancer.org campaign, is to teach women and men how to fully implement these four prongs into their daily life to maximally reduce breast cancer risk. And if you're already a survivor, it will reduce recurrence and mortality risk.
Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marx with GoToHealth. I hope you're doing well today. We've got a big topic, and this is for women, so listen up. What you eat can play a big role in lowering your chances of getting breast cancer. A new survey from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine finds many women are unaware of how a healthy diet can keep breast cancer at bay. Studies show that eating a plant-based diet, exercising regularly, avoiding alcohol, and maintaining a healthy weight all contribute to a dramatic reduction in the risk for breast cancer. Experts, including the National Cancer Institute, the CDC, and the American Institute for Cancer Research, also say maintaining a healthy weight, limiting alcohol, and staying active are key steps for prevention. With us to talk about this today is Kristi Funk, MD. She's a board-certified breast cancer surgeon and physician, best-selling author, international keynote speaker, and women's health advocate. She has treated Angelina Jolie and Sheryl Crow, and our second guest, Nakia Lightfoot, who changed her diet after diagnosis and now runs a plant-based restaurant in Alabama. Nakia Lightfoot is a native of Huntsville, Alabama. At the age of 34, her life was changed forever when she was diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. She is now cancer-free and considers herself a warrior after beating breast cancer. As a prevention advocate, her life's mission is to educate and empower others to be proactive with their health and overall well-being. Both are part of the Let's Beat Breast Cancer campaign from the Physicians Committee, a nonprofit of 17,000 doctors promoting prevention and sharing research nationwide. You can learn more at letsbeatbreastcancer.org. Hey folks, we're building a community of people who care about living well, aging better, and showing up for their health every day. If that's you, tap the 5 stars on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or give us a thumbs up on YouTube or wherever you listen to us. This helps others find this space too. Thanks in advance. So welcome to the show, Dr. Kristi Funk and Nakia Lightfoot. How are you both today?
Great, Jonathan. How are you? Good.
Good. So, Kristi, tell us, what's the impact of diet and lifestyle on breast cancer risk?
Only 5 to 10% of all breast cancer patients have an inherited gene mutation, such as BRCA or CHEK2, which means that the vast majority of cancer is actually coming from our daily diet and lifestyle choices. And what the science clearly shows is that there are four major heavyweights pushing us either toward cancer or away. And those are diet, specifically, do you eat a whole food plant-based diet or not? Do you exercise regularly, maintain ideal body weight, and minimize alcohol? That is the heart and soul of the Let's Beat Breastcancer.org campaign, is to teach women and men how to fully implement these four prongs into their daily life to maximally reduce breast cancer risk. And if you're already a survivor, it will reduce recurrence and mortality risk.
Wow. And tell us, how does exercise, I'm just curious about this, how does exercise reduce cancer risk? Do we know?
We do. We have a lot of data that exercise reduces risk through ultimately stoking your immune system to do its job, but it helps improve insulin sensitivity and maintains weight loss. If you've already lost it, it decreases estrogen levels. Estrogen in excess fuels 80% of all breast cancers. So there are a multitude of pathways that exercise takes to help ultimately stoke your immune system to identify and destroy cancer cells. There was actually a very recent study that looked at breast cancer survivors who all were high risk to recur because they all did chemotherapy, stages 1, 2, and 3. And they looked at their exercise before, during treatment, and after for a period of 2 years. And what they found is that relative to the couch potato who didn't exercise before or after her diagnosis,
Right.
if you didn't exercise before, but you picked it up, you had 45% less recurrence than the couch potato just by starting to exercise. And if you were always an exerciser, you did it before and after, you had a 66% reduction in recurrence. If you used to exercise, but for some reason stopped, you had a 9% reduction. So it's almost like all of your hard work before didn't serve you all that well. It's all about now. Just start exercising and you will reap the benefits immediately.
Good. Thank you so much for sharing that detail. I've been curious about that. And one other thing I just want to make a point about, and then we'll get to Nakia. Tell us about alcohol and the risks of cancer with drinking alcohol, and how much alcohol can we have or none?
Right, I know. Okay, so this is a buzzkill. The bottom line is that the safest amount of alcohol to consume is 0. And the pathways that alcohol takes to induce carcinogenesis, right, to create cancer, are also multiple. But the main ones are it increases acetaldehyde, which is a direct toxin to your mouth, your esophagus, stomach, colon, rectum, liver, and breast. So those are the top 7 cancers that alcohol is known to cause for sure. And it also, if that's not enough reason for you, it really impacts your immune system and your gut microbiome. And it turns out that the critters in your gut have a lot to say about decreasing inflammation and therefore cancer risk. In addition, here's a shocking fact. 1 drink a week has been shown on MRI to shrink your cortex, like your brain thickness shrinks from just 1 drink a week.
Wow.
When you ask what is a safe amount, honestly, the data is getting even stronger. It used to be a drink a day for women, 2 drinks a day for men was okay. That is largely debunked data now. I would say 2 drinks a week max, and that's a safe zone.
Wow. That's a big change, I'm sure, for many, many people. Nakia, can you tell us your story and your personal journey with breast cancer? What happened with you?
Well, at the age of 34, I became one of 1 in 8 women in the U.S. to be diagnosed with breast cancer. And it was a complete shock to me because breast cancer doesn't run in my family. In addition to traditional medicine, I adopted a plant-based diet that supported my journey to healing and recovery.
Good. And I understand you're quite a chef now?
Oh, yes. So through my journey, I learned how to prepare and cook vegan food. And through that, I opened my own restaurant called Bougie Vegan, which is 100% plant-based comfort food restaurant. And I wanted to dispel the myths about plant-based food and provide options for my community. So we offer an extensive menu, meal prep services, and we also offer cooking classes for the community.
Wonderful. And where are you located, Nakia?
We're located in Huntsville, Alabama.
Fabulous. Good. So let's talk about the Let's Beat Breast Cancer campaign. What is it? What does everybody hope to achieve with this?
Okay, so the Let's Beat Breast Cancer campaign is all about raising awareness and education and providing women and men the resources they need to implement that 4-pronged approach to beating breast cancer that I already mentioned. So the 4 prongs would be to eat a whole food plant-based diet, to exercise regularly, maintain ideal body weight, and minimize alcohol. But that can be a pretty daunting task for people. So the whole point of the campaign is for you to sign up for free. We are not raising funds. We're just raising eyebrows and awareness on letsbeatbreastcancer.org. We'll immediately send you a free e-starter guide to implementing this 4-pronged approach and our oh-so-coveted e-cookbook, which is amazing.
Oh,
and
wonderful.
We'll keep you apprised of what's that?
I said that's wonderful, that a cookbook as well.
Oh.
That's great.
The cookbook, yeah, it's quite delicious, and I have a couple recipes in there from my my cooking classes that I do.
Great.
And so we keep you updated on events. For example, we have over 66 drum rallies happening across the country this fall, and these drum rallies are free community events where we have local high school drum lines come to beat the drum to beat breast cancer. So it's all about just making noise with a bunch of health experts and thrivers and advocates in a setting of community, again, just to raise awareness and education about how much control you have over this disease. It is not just genetic, and it's not just fate. It is the power at the end of your fork. What you eat or don't eat, think or don't think, breathe or don't breathe. It all impacts your internal cell microenvironment, which impacts your health outcome.
Great. And for both of you, we're talking about a plant-based diet. Are we talking about getting off of meat totally, or just having more plant-based foods in our diet?
It just depends on what kind of student you were, Jonathan. If you got C's in school, I would like to help you get a B. And that would be, let's look at breakfast. Do you really need eggs? Maybe we can do scrambled tofu instead. Make some subs. It doesn't have to be all or none. But if you want that A++, the truly healthiest diet on planet Earth has been shown in the science to be a whole food plant-based diet. But that does not mean you don't get major gains from just making minor changes to your daily meals.
Got it. And Nakia, are you now cancer-free?
Yes, I am. August of this year, I made my 13th year of being cancer-free.
Oh, that's incredible. And was this all based up? I mean, was this, how do I ask this? Was this based upon guidance from your doctors, or did you figure out this whole diet by yourself? How did you arrive at this plant-based formula that you're living by?
Well, I did have one doctor who encouraged a plant-based diet, but it was also just through my research and finding out all of the benefits of a plant-based diet. And for me, it was a life and death situation. So it was easy to go all in, and I continue to live this lifestyle.
Great. And I just want to repeat something you said, or have you repeat it, is that you did not have a history of breast cancer in your family, correct?
That's correct.
And so this is just something that happened to you alone, and you've changed your lifestyle to now become cancer-free.
Yes.
Incredible. That's amazing. Good for you both. So I have a last question for each of you that I always like to ask. What question didn't I ask that I should have? Or what message would you like to leave with people today? And I'll give you each a chance to answer that. Doctor or Nakia?
Okay, well, I'll start. So I ate a lot of vegetables before my diagnosis, but I increased my vegetable intake, and I ate a lot of kale, spinach, collards, flax seeds, quinoa, chickpeas. I ate a lot of those things, and those help to reduce my inflammation and lower my blood pressure as well as cholesterol.
Good. Those are amazing benefits you just mentioned, which is reducing inflammation and having better heart health and blood pressure. That's great. And doctor, what message would you like to leave with people today?
I'd like to leave you all with the message that you have so much more control over disease than you think. And we may be talking about breast cancer in October, but first of all, you have breasts all year long. And second of all, you have many organs. So we're talking about all cancers and all of our biggest killers: heart disease, stroke, diabetes, Alzheimer's, obesity, and things that don't necessarily kill you, but kill your joy and zest for life. Things like depression, anxiety, autoimmune disorders, joint pain. The list goes on. And it's remarkable how much control you have over all of these things that you might have thought were just genetics or fate. And the main ways you control that are through diet and lifestyle, the things we've talked about, like exercise and weight and minimizing alcohol, but also paying attention to stress, to social engagement, to forgiving other people, to realizing that your environment is filled with toxicities and you don't want to get overwhelmed by that, but control what you can. Look at your products and try to clean up your immediate environment with things that are natural, that don't cause disruption inside your body. And that will set you up so well for optimal health in all aspects of life.
Great. Thank you so much for being on the show today. This is such important information. I understand most people don't know this, so we're really getting the word out. You can go to letsbeatbreastcancer.org to learn more, and you can also download free recipes, which is wonderful. We've been talking with Christy Funk, MD. She's a board-certified breast cancer surgeon and physician, best-selling author, international keynote speaker, and women's health advocate. She's an ambassador and avid contributor to the Pink Lotus Power Up community, and she provides instructional videos and blogs on breast issues and women's health. We've also been talking with Nakia Lightfoot. She is a native of Huntsville, Alabama. At the age of 34, her life was forever changed when she was diagnosed with invasive breast cancer. She's now cancer-free. She's got her own plant-based restaurant in Huntsville, Alabama. Thanks so much for being with us today, both of you. It's been wonderful to talk to you.
Likewise. Thanks, Jonathan.
Thank
Good.
you.
Before we go, just a quick reminder, if you like what you've heard, please leave us a 5-star review on Apple or Spotify or YouTube or wherever you're listening to us. It helps keep this content free and reaching the right people just like you. This has been Jonathan Marx with GoToHealth, and as we say at the end of every show, Go to Health. God bless. Have a great day. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye. Thank you for tuning in today to Go to Health. You are one of almost 10,000 people per day who enjoy the evidence-based health information offered by our guest health experts. You can watch us on our website and YouTube and listen to us on 8 podcast networks. Be sure to join Jonathan Marx in our upcoming shows each week. If you like our show, please share this episode with your friends and colleagues. You can subscribe to the show, join our email list, send us feedback, browse through the online store, and view our library of over 150 shows at GoToHealthMedia.com. See you next time, and remember to elevate your life with Go to Health.